Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be making some Christmas ornaments, Christmas baubles, tree decor, whatever you want to call them. I call everything like this a bauble. I've done this technique before with this exact mould. We are going to be using alcohol inks. We're going to be putting the alcohol ink in the mould and then pouring resin on top. This gives a super cool effect. It did last time, so hopefully that repeats again. In this one, I am going to be using purple and violet. And then on this side, I'm going to be using more Christmassy red and green. And in both sides, I'm going to be using deep white. Now, last year when I did this, I poured the alcohol ink in every mould first. And then poured the resin in. And by the time I'd got to the second mould, the alcohol ink had sat so long that I ended up with perfect dots in some of my finished pieces. And I don't really want that. I want all of the alcohol ink to move around. So what I think I'm going to do is just do one at a time. Pour the resin in, move on to the next one, pour the resin in, and so on and so on. There's probably going to be a bit more time consuming, but I think that's going to give us the best result at the end. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got some resin here mixed up, ready to go. So I'm going to pop off the lids of the ones I'm using. Maybe I'll do two at a time. I think that's better. 2 decorations at a time. Right, there is no set pattern, no set number of, or set amount of alcohol ink. I'm literally something in the mould? Don't think so. Just going to pop some in. Like this. This that I've overspilt here, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to try and wipe it up. I'm just going to let it dry and do its thing. I am, however, going to wipe the purple off the top there. Quite sure how that happened. I think I've probably got it on my hands. Right, straight in with the resin. Look at that, straight away. Now you do have to be quite bold when you're pouring the resin. You need it to move quickly and you can't go back and top up again, otherwise that ruins the effect. So I think this was probably the hardest one to pour in like that, so the rest should be, well, I don't want to say easier, more pleasant to pour into. There we go. Right, I'm just going to carry on. Love this effect, this is super cool. And then you get a slightly different effect on the other side when we demold. Let's go a bit heavier with the white in these ones and see what that does. This is quite fun actually, doing a couple at a time, because then you can experiment as you go with the amounts that you're using. Right. And then we pour, be bold. That is super cool. I love watching it move afterwards. It's so quick to move around. Oh, did you see that white just pop up there? It sunk again immediately. Look at this effect. So cool. So all the colours are bleeding into each other. This is going to continue to move as it sets. So nothing we see here is what we're going to get at the end, but it's very pretty just to look at. Oops, just added another dot there by accident. These are our last two on this side of our pinky purpley ones. That is cool. Right, before I move on to this side, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to add a little bit more resin in here, because I've used over half, and I'm guessing they're roughly the same amounts. Pop my lids back on the alcohol inks that I've used. Okay, we are ready to carry on with this side now. Just going to take the lids off of these alcohol inks. So we are red, green and white on this side. I'm going to carry on as I did before, do two at a time. I think that's worked quite well over here. So that was our red, adding in our green. And then our white as before. Oh, that one's spilt right over there. A bit heavy-handed with the resin. Just let it settle a little bit. So that's all sunk back in from that side. This side just a little bit full. I'm trying not to mix the colours. There we go, I think that is good. Do these two next. Oh, missed there. Now I am noticing the red is very dark. So let's just do a couple on that one. Let's do our green. And then I think a lot more white in these ones. Let's see what happens this time. Too heavy-handed again, very heavy-handed on that one. This one might end up being our lost cause one, I think. I think I've gone way too heavy. I think I've rescued it a little bit there. Okay. I think that's back in a good shape. Let's carry on now. These definitely look lighter. So I think let's do 4 dots of green. 3 dots of red. And lots of white in these last 2. Oops. And just splash white into this one. Okay, let's see if I can pour into these last 2 a bit more controlled. Perfect, and look how tiny the amount of resin left over is. That is great news. So, what do we think? I think this is a really cool colour combination. I'm really loving what this one's doing. As I said at the start, we're going to get a completely different look at the end. So we can't take what we see for granted too much. Very heavy-handed on the red there. But these ones, super cute. I think definitely the more white added in so far is giving the more pleasant effect to me anyway, but we'll see at the end. Awesome, well I'll let these set up for a couple of days and then I'll be back, we can demold and see what happened together. So, I'm being impatient. These look really cool and I want to demold them. It's not even 24 hours later, it's probably about 16 hours later now. So they are ever so slightly soft still, but I'm going to go ahead and demold because I can't wait any longer. So let's go in the order that we poured, which was these 2 first, and I think these, and we will demold. I'll pop that to the side for now. So, I don't know if you can see that on the mould. The mould is slightly stained from the alcohol inks, not a problem though. They're coming out very easily. I think what I'm going to do is demold the ones that I poured and then flip them together. Ooh, look at that one. These are very cool. So as you can see here, this side is mostly the purpley mauvey colours and then all of the white sank. So the other side's very white. So this is like a, I don't know if this makes any sense to anyone else. This is like a clear night and this is the frosty, snowy night. Very cute, like those. Star next, that's cool. We do have some of the, what I spoke about before, I put the alcohol inks in and then I ended up with circles of colour. So I noticed this last time, I think with a silver, and I'm noticing that this time with the white. So I think it's the heavier inks that tend to sink. The resin can't lift it all up like it has with the other colours, but still love it, it looks great. The heart, I love the back on this one. Super cool, it's like a galaxy. Really nice. Oh, it's a very different effect. We've got like a, what do I call that? Like a snowflake forming, almost like ice on it. That's cool. This one next. Oh, again, really cool. Like a snowy night. It's very much like a frosty evening almost. And that one's really cool as well. They give a very, very different effect on either side. See the deepness of the colour here compared to these ones. And then the frosty, white looking, snowy effect. Really, really cool. I like those a lot. Just move those over ever so slightly. And then we're on this one now. These two I'm expecting to be very dark because I was quite heavy on the, I think it was the red. And they've gone quite muddy. Oh! That's a lot different to what I expected it to be actually. It's very muddy on the back. Really love the colour that we've got here. This is very nice. I like that a lot actually. There we go. And let's go for our next darkest one. Oh, again, it's a very similar look to each other. I like those a lot. Maybe, oh, now I'm thinking of a darker colours, like dark browns, maybe dark, like rust orange. Maybe, we'll see. That's cute, so we upped the white and we were less red. Now this was the one that I massively overpoured. There is a little bit of a overpour there, although that has just come off. Great, so I managed to rescue that one. I think I said that was going to be our lost cause, but it's not after all. Oh, that is Christmas in a bauble to me. Look at that. Looks almost like one of those, I think they're peppermint candies. Like the round striped. That's super cool. Love that. And our last one. So I love the back on this one. Oh, very cute. There we go guys, what do you think? I'm really, really happy with them. I love them both sides. I really like this side. As I said, this is more like a frosty, snowy side. And then you have to imagine with the light shining behind on the tree, twinkling in front of them. I think they're really, really cute. It's a really interesting effect that you get for quite a simple technique, but you do have to work quickly. I think as well, you can see the dots on the earlier ones I poured, and then as I'm moving on, I got quicker. So I think the lesson for me, if I'm using what's a heavier alcohol ink, so gold, silver, white for example, they're going to stay further down. So I wonder, oh, now I'm tempted to do it again, but to put the resin in first and then do drops of alcohol ink and see what happens that way round. Well, subscribe if you haven't, and you'll see if I do that in the future. Give me a thumbs up, let me know what you think in the comments, and have a fantastic day. Bye guys.